Hi guys, what's up? It's Catherine here, and it has been forever since my last video. Uh, there have been a lot of different reasons for that, in which I want to touch base on some of the big things that have happened, good and some bad, since my last video, which was a memorial video for my wife. So that's what this whole video is about. It's just a vlog video, kind of getting you guys caught up to speed with my personal life. All right, because part of this channel is my life, and the other part of this channel is specifically witchcraft, and the reviews that go along with that. So I feel like the vlog videos are a great way to kind of pull anything together that needs to be pulled together. But anyway, let's get started. Let's start with the bad things, the things that have really been making me sad, if you will. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had to make a very difficult decision. And what I mean by a very difficult decision was the fact that I had to put my wife's dog down. And why was this so difficult? Long story short, I felt like I failed her. Um, Even though I know I didn't, because what had happened and led to this decision having to be made was she started seizing. My wife's dog, Chica, she's the little white and brown one, or white and black. Anyway, she's the little one, okay? Uh, she started seizing, and the seizure went on for an hour and a half. Um, I thought maybe, she just was really itchy. I had just given her a bath. A flea and tick bath. I figured she was just real itchy about something. So I gave her a bath. I left her alone, and it continued to happen. All right. I'm going to mute my computer because for some reason, since I updated to Windows 11, my computer has gone off more than anything. So let me see if I can mute that so that way we don't hear notifications going beep, 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 beep. And I've noticed there's something wrong with my camera now too. And that's what sucks because this is a brand new camera. But anyway. So what led to that is, the hour and a half long seizure. I didn't even recognize that it was a seizure until literally too late. Okay. I've never had a dog who's had seizures before, so it was new. It was something I wasn't expecting, something that I wouldn't have recognized because I've never had to go through it. So what I did is, as soon as I realized it was a seizure, I called the vet, and of course it was an emergency situation, so it went off of higher rates for care. But I didn't care about the money at that point. I took her to the vet, and he got her to stop for 2 minutes before she started seizing again. And the seizures were long seizures. He couldn't figure out the reason why, because everything seemed okay. Like, everything seemed okay. Like, all the tests that he ran came back perfectly fine and normal. The ones that he could get anyway. I mean, if a dog can't sit still long enough to have blood work done, then obviously you're not going to do blood work, right? But he couldn't figure out what was going on, because he got her to stop for 2 minutes, and then she started up again. And when I went to check on her the next day, because I always do, my mom was in town with my sister. They were dropping my sister's dog, off to stay the week with us while they were out of town. They wanted to go up and see my brother. Okay. Anyway, my sister stayed with my daughter. And my mom, like, zoomed me over to the damn vet at that point, because they had gotten here right as I got off the phone with the vet. And so I went over to check on her the next day after I dropped my kid off from school. Thankfully, I literally live 2 minutes from the vet that I take my dogs to, which I'm very thankful that it's only 2 minutes. But when I checked in on her, the vet told me about, being able to stop the seizures for about 2-minute intervals on her, and that I would need to make a decision. I told him I would need some time, because that wasn't just my wife's dog. That was my daughter's dog too. It was one of the, I guess you say, living connections she had to her mom. Like, I have to talk. I have to talk with my mom. I have to talk with my kid. Figure out what's going on, what we need to do. Of course, I already knew what needed to be done at this point, because you could just see it in the look in her eyes when she seen me when I came in to check on her. She just had that look of pure torment and pain, and I couldn't bear to see her that way. I knew it had to be done, but I needed to prepare my kid for what was going on. My kid's only 7 years old. So I'm like, I'll call later this evening after my kid gets out of school, and I'll let you know what's going on. And I sat down when she got home, and I told her what was going on, what needed to be done, and she was torn up about it, so much so that she ended up missing school the next day because she wanted to be there. My kid's 7 years old. I wanted to be there with her. So did I. I love that dog to death. She was the first one that we got. So, we were there with her. She wasn't put to sleep alone or anything like that. We were there with her. It was just heartbreaking to see my kid's heart break slowly as she watched the life fade out of her dog's eyes. And I'm still dealing with it. The grief, the kicking myself in the butt for not realizing quick enough, all these different things. I'm still going through it all. I really am. And then of course on top of this, my dog, who's so used to having another dog in the house, is like freaking out constantly because she doesn't know what to do, because it's just her and 4 guinea pigs now. So, of course, she wants a lot of attention when I'm home, while I'm trying to get things done. There's a reason why this light behind me, this light here is not on, because it illuminates this room, and this room is a hot mess at the moment. I'm in the process of getting it cleaned and redesigned and things like that, so I have a space for these videos. So that's the bad thing that happened since my wife's passing. On the plus side, I can now officially announce that I went for legal guardianship over my stepkid. Yes, my 7-year-old. And aside from a 20-minute conversation, I had no issues whatsoever with her biological father. And everything was ruled in my favor and signed and notarized and everything, quite literally within a few hours. So I was very happy. I mean, like, the court date, I was nervous, because I was just like, okay, well, I've heard stories about this dude. Like, he'll say one thing and do something completely different. I was prepared for it. So I was real nervous at the same time, like, oh my gosh, what's he going to pull this time? Didn't even show up. So it was a pretty open shut case, in and out in 10 minutes with the judge's ruling. I had my copy of the paperwork. literally within 10 minutes, and I just got a call from my attorney that the actual notarized, the official copy is at her at her house, at her office. So I get to go pick that up tomorrow, on top of everything else I'm doing. So that's the really good news. That, and my kid had her 7th birthday, and despite the fact mom not being here, I think it was a success for as much as I could do. She ended up having her birthday with her friend, which is our neighbor next door. Not the crazy one that I was talking about in prior videos. She got evicted. So, we got a new neighbor, and she's a single mom with 3 kids, and my kid absolutely adores all 3 of them. So, her oldest, who had a birthday after my daughter, and her, they had a birthday together, a swim party, and I think it went really well. Despite the fact that I couldn't right now give her what she wanted for her birthday, I feel like she got a really good birthday. I really do. So that's good news. I don't know exactly what all to talk about necessarily, because there's just so many things. But, I have started therapy. Well, I will be starting therapy. Believe it's tomorrow. Because with losing my grandpa, 2 weeks later, losing my wife, and then now having to put down my daughter, and my wife's dog. There's a lot of emotions flying around in here, on top of, different other stressors. I was told I had excuse me, that I have anxiety, depression, and a stress disorder. So, woo, I'm all kinds of screwed up. On top of everything else I'm going through, I'm all kinds of screwed up. But that is the main things that I wanted to talk about within this video. I tried to do several takes of it on Instagram, and 1-minute video clips just doesn't get it out there. So that's what this video's purpose is. I was supposed to get it out last night, but that just didn't happen. My kid needed my attention, and so I'm like, if it doesn't happen tomorrow night, it'll happen tonight. So I was able to, so I did. But there's a lot of things, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. I could be the most cheery, upbeat person within a YouTube video, and you'll never know what goes on behind the camera. And that's what I like about these vlog videos, is I could talk about everything and anything that's going on behind the scenes, that's going on with decisions or things I'm thinking about doing, different things like that. I don't know, I feel like this is the missing element to several channels that I do watch, that are strictly for information. So I can't wait to dive into more YouTube videos for you guys. I really can't. Now, one thing I have been thinking about, and it's because I messed up when I set up this channel. I wanted to give a name, give this channel an actual title instead of just my name. Well, I didn't realize with YouTube's new way of doing things, you set up a YouTube account, your channel is your name. Your name on the account's your channel name. Unless you do what's called a branded account, which then you can give it a unique name and post your videos right from your regular account. So it's like having two or more accounts. I think I have like 6 accounts with this one, but they're branded accounts that I use to subscribe for different areas of my life, so I can keep them organized and still be able to log in with one email. Trust me, it helps a lot. So I'm thinking about possibly slowly moving things over, and then slowly phasing this channel out, but we'll see going forward. And what I mean by that is, it would start out, it would be a channel with my videos that I have up now. Then once all of those are up, then I would be posting the new videos on there at that point, instead of just saying, hey, I'm done with this account, this is the new account, and not even have videos up, kind of situation. So, something I'm thinking about, because I feel like I need this channel or this account just solely to watch videos and to interact with the community, and then actually have a branded account for my videos and interactions with all my videos and things like that. I don't know yet. Again, this is something that's on the back burner. I'm thinking about it. It's percolating. It's stewing in the cauldron up here in my head. There hasn't been a final choice made yet. So that about covers it for this video. Why can I noticed that I can never make a video that's not at least 10 minutes long. I am long-winded. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys for listening to my pity party of a life at this point. This has been a hard year. Definitely literally since June. It has been a hard year. And I'm hoping that 2022 is easier for me. And doesn't come with so much heavy things to get through and heavy emotions and feelings to work with. I'm hoping that I finally get one of those years that's kind of easy going with a few bumps and hiccups in the road, instead of bam, 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 and now you have to deal with all of it at once kind of thing. So with that being said, I cannot wait to make more videos. Not for sure when I'm going to actually be able to start making more videos. My hope is to, by the end of next week, have this room situated, so that way I could start. But there may be videos here and there up until I can consistently upload again. And yes, if you're seeing what I'm seeing with this camera, I will not be using this camera for future videos. I do have an actual camera and everything. This is just the quick setup because, like I said, everything's a mess at the moment. A total mess, disaster, and it drives me nuts. So, with that being said, I am going to stop driving myself nuts looking at this room because this is part of my stress and anxiety issue. And I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, with love and wisdom, this is Catherine signing off.